Election day is just 1 month away, and I don't want to spoil it for you, but I already know the results. Donald Trump is going to declare victory. He'll declare victory if he wins, and he'll steal it if he loses, all right? Trump has never accepted a loss in his life. You really think the first time he's going to be cool about it is if he loses to a black woman? Trump hasn't had a good relationship with a black woman since they took Aunt Jemima off the cert. Yeah. And how do I know he's going to try to steal this election if he loses? He tried to steal the last one, okay? Jack Smith just dropped another 165-page court document about it. And if there's one thing I've learned from heist movies, is that there's always a sequel, okay? Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, Ocean's 13, Ocean's 8? No. Y'all need to learn to count. I'm not saying Donald Trump is Danny Ocean, but he did bankrupt more casinos. And in 2024, Trump's getting his crew back together, putting a team of MAGA loyalists on the inside to get him past security. We know because they literally told us.
The Republican National Committee recently invited the guy known for helping spread the Pizzagate conspiracy to speak to GOP volunteers about how to monitor elections in Michigan. Jack Posobiec, a conservative political activist, said the key to elections is that, quote, it doesn't matter who votes, it matters who counts the votes.
That's why it's so important to be in the room, in the counting room this time. This is what we've trained tens of thousands of people for. We're going to take over the election apparatus. So we're taking over the Republican Party through the precinct committee strategy. We're taking over all the elections.
That's right. Trump's recruiting more people to work the polls than Magic City. That's right. Poll workers and poll watchers are supposed to be impartial, but they got a whole army of Karens to police the polling place like it's a Juneteenth cookout. Officer, this voter says her name is LaShonda. You'd better send a whole SWAT team now. And it's a little surprising that Steve Bannon is just saying this plan openly. But what else is he going to do on this podcast? Drop his skincare routine? Like, bro, let us know what embalming fluid you use. Maybe he died with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. So the heist crew, the heist crew is starting to come together, and this should be raising all kinds of alarms, but Trump thought of that too, and he's got people in position to cut the wires on those alarms, specifically state groups in charge of election oversight. Those groups rejected his claims last time, but this time, they brought in over 80 officials whose main qualification is denying the 2020 election. Yes, and Trump loves these people. How do we know? Again, because he told us.
I don't know if you've heard, but the Georgia State Election Board is in a very positive way. They're doing a great job. 3 members, Janice Johnson, Rick Jeffries, and Janelle King. Are they here? Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Thank you. What a job. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know if I need to say this, but we should be suspicious when a candidate is shouting out the names of election board members. Imagine LeBron James praising the refs by name before the game. Like, holy shit, is that Steve and Ricky over there? Oh, we traveling tonight, okay? Appointing election deniers is like if Delta hired a pilot whose LinkedIn just said plane crash enthusiast. Yeah, but Trump's got them ready to certify him as the winner of the next election. Let's see, what else does a heist need? Oh, yeah, they got to create a distraction. Cue the demolitions experts.
In Georgia today, the state election board passed a new rule that will require poll workers to count all ballots by hand. It's the latest in a series of changes by the pro-Trump majority on the board, and it would require 3 people to count every ballot in every precinct on election night or the day after.
Poll workers are warning that this rule change could cause complete chaos by taking up too much time, money, and almost certainly producing counting errors.
Count by hand. No one does anything by hand anymore except maybe Lauren Boebert, all right? Yeah. This is going to cause chaos, and that's the point. The more of a mess Election Day becomes, the more Trump can demand that his people in Congress step in to fix it, okay? What are Democrats going to do about it? Sue? Sure. Go ahead and take it to the Supreme Court. They'll probably discover a clause in the Constitution that lets Trump steal the election. It's right next to the presidential immunity clause. So this whole thing is being planned very carefully, but a heist isn't all about the brains. It's also about the brawn, which is why every crew needs some muscle.
The Brennan Center's 2024 annual survey of local election officials found that 38% of them have experienced threats, harassment, or abuse, while 7 in 10 local election officials feel that threats have increased since 2020.
That prompted me to start talking with the sheriff about, personal safety. He recommended that I wear a ballistic vest whenever I feel necessary. I wear one pretty much every single day.
These poor guys, man. These poor guys are wearing ballistic vests every day. They're election workers, not managers of a Waffle House, right? You know what the worst part about all this is? Trump is only able to plan this heist because nobody stopped him after the last one. And now people are saying the only option to stop Donald Trump is to vote? But you don't stop a dictator through voting. You stop a dictator through laws. And we have the laws. But it took Merrick Garland 2 years to even think about prosecuting him under those laws. Pray to God, if you ever catch a murder charge, you get Merrick Garland as your prosecutor, okay? I bet Merrick Garland showed up to OJ's funeral with handcuffs. What do you mean it's too late, all right? Point is, I just wish Donald Trump had to deal with the same consequence for trying to steal an election that Danny Ocean did for stealing from a casino. Spoiler alert, they put Danny Ocean's ass in jail, okay? You don't give someone the chance to steal again because the greatest democracy on earth should at least be as secure as a casino. And while we're at it, polling places should also have a buffet. But that's just my opinion.